everybody, and welcome to today's stream. We're going to be doing some more laddering. I think it's a good time for a little more of that hunter list we were running yesterday. Just seemed to be working fine, so why change it up at the moment? Probably switch it out for something else in the near future, but not right away. Get a couple more ranks, might switch to some sort of Reno list. Anyways, let's dive into the ladder, shall we? As you can see, we've added in the Hearthstone and Innkeeper so that we can keep track of the terrible decks I'm playing.
Let the hunt begin.
And the terrible way I play them. Everything about this hand is disgustingly bad. We're just going to toss it all back. And look for cards that do things in the early game. Like Cog Warper or Cogmaster and a Mech Warper. Usually a good hand. Or we might coin out a... No, we're not going to coin out a Mech Warper because there's no point.
I can fix anything.
We'll just curve organically.
I'll show them. I'll
Alright.
show them all.
Powering up. Portals online.
We don't want to hand our opponent any free stuff, so we're going to make him make the trades. Even though he's probably going to kill our Mech Warper, we don't care that much since we have the coin. We can... And if he's spending his entire turn and multiple resources taking out the Mech Warper, we're not terribly upset about that. We're worried about the possibility of Mirror Entity there. Excuse me. The fact that he left my Mech Warper alive is vaguely terrifying. So he's either got a duplicate or a Mirror Entity and some sort of armoring thing. We're going to Gorilla Butt just because Discover at least he doesn't get out of us. And I kind of just like the Sneeds here. I mean, another Mech Warper lets us do some busted shit next turn on... I don't know. So next turn we'll have 4 mana. We could play a Mech Warper for potentially 1. And then double minion, but let's just take Sneeds. Yeah, and he had Mirror Entity, so all he gets is a 3/4, and we are perfectly fine with that. I mean, yeah, it's a 3/4, it's a good minion, it can kill our Mech Warper, but that's why we didn't cast something bigger, like say a Shredder. And right now we're worried about the distinct possibility of that being a duplicate. So we're going to kill the Shredder off first. Or, no, we're going to kill the Gorilla Bot first, then the Shredder, because that makes actual sense.
I hunt alone.
Because Gorilla Bot does him a lot less good if we've killed this Shredder. Especially since he didn't get a mech out of it. I don't want to coin out a Animal Companion. I kind of do. Just because there's nothing exciting going on in this hand. But I think I'd rather just drop Freezing Trap.
Quickly.
And let my opponent sort it out. Next turn we have potential for some other play. Probably going to be the Yeti.
Bring out your dead.
Okay. So far this turn of his is not particularly interesting. Definitely just dropping the Yeti here. And we can kill one of his taunts just to have it gone. The Glaive Zook is not that important, and we don't even take any damage off of it, so cleaning up a chunk of the board is not a bad thing here. Alright, losing our Yeti here kind of sucks. But him using a fireball to do it makes it much less painful. Here I think we kind of just want to coin out the boom. Just because the boom bots do so much against his board potentially. Most of his guys after an attack will die to a boom bot, so... Or are likely to. There's his boom, alright. I now officially hate this board state. I think we lead on companion here.
To my side.
We got a taunt. We can glaive Zuka to pump something. I think we start with a boombot here. Start with our boombots into the mirror image. We can glaive Zuka
Quickly.
to finish off another of his guys. Trade here. And let's reversing switch Misha.
Job done.
That just leaves him in the awkward position of having to trade his dudes into it. Oh, that Boombot did make that Gorilla Bot we gave him earlier much better, but next turn we're dropping Sneeds, which has all kinds of fun potential against him. Alright, so Misha's about to die. Horribly.
I'll show them. I'll show them all.
And for that matter, we probably are too. I think we just have to quick shot that off the board. Yeah, we have to quick shot something.
I hunt alone.
Punch something. Mech Warper, Shredder.
Job done.
Pass it back. Hope he trades instead of having a way to go to the face, but I mean, we're probably just dead. Our opponent's got a really, really good lead on us on board right now, so. Almost wouldn't mind a Doomsayer there. That was not a Doomsayer. And we are not taunting up or anything else. Yeah, this game is actually just over. So. Yeah.
Well fought. I can see.
We just couldn't get out in front of it. Or stay out in front of it at least. That duplicate was a right pain to deal with, and we just didn't really have any outs from there, so. Let's run out another one. And hello, Ayor Pro. How are you? Sorry I didn't notice sooner. I'm not used to having a ton of viewers. Still sort of a new stream.
Malfurion.
I must protect the wild. Let the hunt
This hand
begin.
is perfectly acceptable. We'll keep it. We get to curve out, and we're going to throw back the Animal Companion, just in case we can get a 4-drop mech. That's not a 4-drop mech, but we don't hate it.
I can fix anything.
Yeah, this turn's pretty, or this hand is pretty straightforward. Just gonna curve as hard as I can. Hope for a decent run of things. Here I almost want to drop the Mech Warper into the Clockwork, but at the same time, I'd rather annoy a Tron just to deal with the Leper Gnome, and then have the Mech Warper Clockwork Gnome next turn. It's a little less ideal of a curve, but because we're not using all our mana at that point. We could also glaive Zuka into the Clockwork Gnome potentially, which is perfectly fine. I mean, our main concern right now is just explain to me why you are linking me to why are you linking me to Adele songs?
Powering up. Portal online.
Ready. I'll fix you.
Job done. To my time.
Here, all we're going to do is, of course, we're going to hit Leok. That just sort of figures,
I'll fix you.
especially since we're just trading off Leok this turn. And since we don't have any mechs out to run out, let's see. I think first thing we do is well, we could run out a spider tank and then taunt it up with the horn. I feel like that's not bad.
I wonder.
Just sorry about that. I just screwed up my entire everything. There we go. I feel like it's not bad to just run out a spider tank and taunt it up. I mean, granted, he kills it in one go, but we don't hate whittling his board down some.
I move quickly.
Aor Pro, are you actually even there doing anything, or are you just linking songs that I don't play
Where shall I
and leaving?
I'll show them. I'll show them all.
I hunt low. Job done.
You need to say something that is actually relevant to my stream in the next few seconds, Aor Pro, or you're just going to get a ban, because I'm not a big fan of
I
people
must safeguard.
spamming stuff like that. Okay, well, that guy doesn't seem to actually exist, much like my chances in this game.
I hunt alone.
I mean, at this point, we're just getting crushed. We haven't managed to keep anything on board at all. We're just going to die horribly, so... yeah, that's it.
Well,
You You can't kill me. I quit. Okay. I'm feeling like it might be a good time to go ahead and make that transition to a totally different game plan. Like, say, Reno. Just because the Hunter list doesn't seem to be working quite as well as it was yesterday, we're going to move on to a Reno list, specifically Reno Dragons, because I really like that list, despite the fact that it's nothing stellar. Just because I want to change it up before I lose my mind, and I'm tired of playing aggro, so... Yeah, holy god, Innkeeper does not work very well with this deck, does it? Oh well.
Your soul shall be mine.
Sorry about the inconvenience there. It's clipping because, yeah, there's not much you can do with a Reno deck. And I'm going to go ahead and pitch back Boom and Rend. Neither of those is good in this matchup. This hand still kind of sucks, but we're gonna do what we can with it.
The light protects me.
Yeah, so we're up against some sort of Zoolock, which is kind of what we expected under the circumstances. And we're just going to get in there, go for some damage. We're gonna fix. There we go. That. But yeah, we're just going to try and get some dudes out, try and gum up the works a little bit, slow things down, and not die until we can try and kill him. Because we're Reno. And holy crap, this thing is bloody inconvenient when I'm using a Reno deck. So let's just move this over here for now. At least while we're trying to sort out how to make this work. Let's see if we can't make it a little smaller. Scale it a bit. If anybody's watching this right now, I would love to know if that's actually still readable, just because we had to resize a little bit to make it fit. So, yeah. If that happens to still be functional, let me know, please. I will check it out afterwards if I don't hear anything back, but, you know. Do what we can in the meantime. We're going to work on this Divine Shield minion. So there's not a whole lot of point in beating him down early, seeing as he'll just kill our Chow at some point. And then he gets all his health back, and anyways, we don't care. We're not the beatdown. Let's be real here. I assume we're going to see a Void Terror at some point. Deal with this egg, either that or a Power Overwhelming.
Get in there and fight, maggot!
Or an Abusive Sergeant. And it's going to trade with our Chow. Yeah. Thankfully, we have the bolt this. We have the bolt this turn, and that'll deal quite nicely with that. And I actually kind of don't hate coining off a coil into his sergeant, just to use our mana efficiently, since we've got 4-drop and 5-drop. And we've got a Reno down. I mean, I feel like this is pretty much a best case scenario as far as the board is concerned, the hand and the board.
Who knows what secrets will uncover?
Like, this is probably best case scenario regarding hand and board, just because we're going to
Do you have the artifact?
be able to open most things up. We've got a Reno, we can cover the board, we can cover the ground, keep ourselves alive. I don't know. Do I like that over there? I kind of don't, so put that back where it was. There we go.
Shield, put on.
Alright, Defender. That's going to be a problem. Especially seeing as he's probably just going face. But we do have a taunt that will deal with both of those quite nicely.
Get back!
We're going to kill this. We're taunted up. We've got Reno in hand. We've got removal. We've got map. We've got boom. I mean, I feel like this is just a pretty solid position, although our opponent's not as zooey as I had originally thought either. I mean, he's fairly aggressive. Now we're seeing the zoo creatures. That's what I was expecting to see more of earlier. I mean... Alright, so here we're going to go ahead and kill that. And... I mean, I think we just have Tharisian here. We shouldn't die next turn unless he has, like, Doomguard double power overwhelming somehow. Which is unlikely because of the discards he would have to go through. There's ways that we could die here. I mean, we're up against Zulok. Obviously, there's ways we can die. But Tharisian that he can't kill without killing his entire own board or power overwhelming, yeah, we're good with that. Really? Another power overwhelming? Eat a bag of dicks, dude. You fucking Luxac son of a cunt. And with that, we're gonna go have a cigarette, because that was some bullshit. The fuck ever, yeah. I'll be back after some fresh cancer. I say I can't even be mad, except I'm kinda mad. Be right back. And we're back. Time for another round. Hopefully we can avoid getting blown out by the king of the luck sacks again. That was a little absurd. I'm a little salty, not gonna lie. I feel like most people would be.
Gul'dan versus Rexxar.
Let's see.
Let the hunt begin. Your soul
And
shall be
this
mine.
is basically a trash opening hand, especially against anything aggressive. We're throwing everything back, looking for Hellfire. Well, at least we've got removal in early plays, so it's better than nothing, but this hand is still just disastrously bad. At least now we have a dragon to enable our Technician. I'd like to see another dragon to enable our Guardian. But for now, we're going to draw a card, help our opponent out, look for removal, look for cards that do things, pray we don't get beaten to death while we're sitting here doing nothing. Because welcome to Reno lists. And that's why we like drawing extra cards, because we don't want to get beaten to death while we're doing nothing.
To my side.
Alright. Of course it's the taunt. Why would it not be the taunt? Thankfully, we have got Shadow Bolt in hand. We can kill off Leopard. Make our opponent do things about our things. His next creature is probably getting implosion.
Get in there and fight, maggot.
Yeah, so one of his creatures is definitely getting implosioned. I'm not entirely sure which, seeing as I don't have the enabler for Guardian right now. Probably going to implosion the Sergeant. Get reasonably lucky. Pop the shield. Pass it back. And now we've got Siphon available next turn. Gains us a couple points of life. I assume that's a freezing trap, so we're going to run an imp into his Argent Horse Rider here. We're going to Swamp Ooze to buy ourselves... That's not a freezing trap. Okay, so Bear Trap? Or Explosive? Explosive it is. That's really not funny. So we're probably going to die here at this rate. We are definitely blowing up our opponent's weapon. And I don't hate Elise here, just because it'll be a decent taunt if I hit a taunt. And next turn, whatever minion he plays, if we don't die, is getting siphoned. Sure. Yeah, whatever. It's been another game where we literally just couldn't do anything. Our opponent had everything. And that's getting old. And that's why we were playing aggro yesterday. It looked like we might be able to get away with not playing straight aggro. And it's possible we can get away with Druid. But we definitely can't be getting away with Reno right now. It's just not got the consistency with the removal to deal with these fast aggro decks. So we're going to try a little bit of Druid and see if we can do something about all this bullshit with that. If Druid doesn't want to work, then we'll just switch back to better aggro. Let our opponent deal with us.
Malfurion versus Uther.
But I'm definitely getting tired of the massively aggressive season we're having right
I
now.
must protect the wild.
I understand it. It's competitive. But it's not particularly exciting. It forces very strange deck building tensions as far as being able to answer all the things that are happening. I mean, people are changing up lists to include, like, refreshment vendor right now. I mean, it's just getting a little absurd. It's slightly out of control. I think I'm just going to Wrath off the Leper Gnome, because, yeah, it's Leper Gnome. And I don't entirely hate innervating a Darnassus Aspirant to have 4 mana next turn, except for the part where I do, because I'd rather get out a fairly fast Ironbark, since we can assume this guy's probably playing an aggro deck, because who's not? Yeah. Shockingly, we're up against an aggro deck. I mean, let's not be surprised or anything. So we're just going to drop an Aspirant. He's either going to kill it, at which point he's burned off a lot of his damage potential, or he's going to let us have extra mana next turn. Either one of those is something I'm fine with. Yeah. He's not giving us the extra mana. He is leaving us in a great position for a swipe if we ever draw one, which I'm assuming we won't. Yeah. I almost need to innervate out a Nourish to draw cards, as much as I despise that line of play, since it leaves mana left over. But if I can hit a swipe before I die, then I'm probably just going to win. That's a big if, though, apparently. It's not like we've gone through almost half our deck right now. It's not like I picked this deck instead of the other one just to have a reasonable amount of removal and consistency. Wild growth, I mean, let's not get out of control here. So, apparently we're just taunting this thing up this turn and hoping we don't die. Because please don't kill me is a line of play now. Granted, I wouldn't be surprised to see like an Equality Consecrate and beat the fuck out of me some more. Or just silence me and beat the fuck out of me some more. Either way. Or is he gonna Blessing and kill me?
Not on my watch.
Okay, so I think we might be dead here. Or at least close enough that there's no real coming back. We absolutely have to draw a swipe here. And that is absolutely not a swipe. So, yeah. I mean, I guess I can silence this thing. And still die. So let's Wild Growth, because that sounds like fun.
I am sorry.
And then let's punch this thing. And then let's concede, because holy shit, we cannot draw today. It is a bad, bad, bad day for us, apparently. Which means it's time to go back to aggro, because at least then we only need to draw a few good cards. And we just really want to rank up some this season, more than anything right now. We just want rank. Anything else can happen later in the season. Tooling around with decks, trying new stuff, all that can happen at any point. But right now we need to rank up.
Rexa versus Jaina.
I'd like to at least
You asked for
get
it.
back to the 16-15 range, even though those are bad ranks still. I don't just want to end the stream early or anything. I want to rank up, I want to keep playing, I want to get something accomplished for the day, but right now it's just not going well. I mean, it's tempting to just build one drop dot deck. Or switch over to Secret Paladin even. I mean, that deck is also iffy with how aggressive everybody's being, but at least that one will crush people when it works. Like, there is no, oh, they drew out of it. Like, beating that deck is very challenging a lot of times, and I might just switch to that if this doesn't work for a while. I'm surprised he went for that, though. I'm not complaining, it's just surprising to see a piece of decent removal burned off that early. I guess he's just looking for things to do. Drop a companion. Alright, we got a Leok at least. This grip kind of sucks. We don't actually do anything with most of these cards.
Hey, pal, Trade Prince Gallowix here.
That's going to be problematic. I mean, here we just have to... What?
I hunt alone. Where's my cat?
We're gonna give him a cloak field. Because at least that gives us a coin. Alright. There goes our taunt. I mean, this is just not good. Like, that Gallywix off the portal is probably just going to kill us completely. With this hand of do-nothing spells. Hey, I know. Let's give our opponent a freezing trap.
Where's my cat?
I'll show them. I'll show them all.
And we'll ship the turn back. At the very least, he can't attack this turn, and he knows it. Downside, he's got Freezing Trap, which is not actually where we want our opponent to be, having Freezing Trap. And I assume he's about to drop it. No. Surprising. Well, he's replaying his Gallywix at some point in the near future. I mean, this seems like as good a time as any to run out our boom. And we'll just punch in with our Leok, pass the turn back, get something accomplished. Alright, so he's trying to deal with Leok, which is fine. I mean, granted, it cuts into our power, available power, but it also prevents him replaying that Gallywix, which is good. Because we'd rather not die to Gallywix. And there is our Freezing Trap. There's our other Freezing Trap. We'll bounce one of our boom bots. We'll...
I hunt alone.
Alright, feels good. So that's good. And let's play another one. See if we can't accomplish a thing this time.
Rexa versus Garrosh. Victory or death! Let the hunt
a bad
begin.
hand. A scary hand. Double Mech Warper coin. Juicy. Aside from the part where we have absolutely nothing to do with our double Mech Warper coin opening hand. But hey, that's beside the point. Really. We're going to coin a Mech Warper. So that should force the axe if he has it. And then we've got another Mech Warper.
Up. Portal online.
And if he doesn't have the axe, then we can Mech Warper Leaper next turn. Yeah. I figured he probably had the axe, but I mean, we pretty much just have to go face first into it anyways, as much as we hate it. Because we have a hand that doesn't do much into an axe. Yeah. So right now he's just going to sit on the axes, and we're going to accomplish roughly nothing.
Hunt alone.
We're going to sit here not accomplishing anything. Our opponent's going to get way ahead. I think the best case scenario is probably Mech Warper Leaper next turn.
Let the pain speak to me.
Or we could Mech Warper Spider Tank, which I also don't hate.
Powering up.
So yeah, we're going to Mech Warper Spider Tank. And I think just kill off his Acolyte. Don't really need to proc the bow with the freezing trap. What we want more is just to prevent our opponent from establishing too much. Next turn, if he doesn't kill our Mech Warper with the axe, which he's most certainly going to, we've got a stupid turn available. I mean, either way, we can... Next turn, we can Leaper and Shot. Get in for 7. Which is not good, but we're at least getting somewhere. Interesting. I really didn't expect a slam there. I guess his hand isn't that exciting, or he could be planning to play a Death's Bite soon. Yeah, so he's whirlwinding, I guess. No. That's very interesting. Just because it gives us a fairly harsh line of play this turn.
I am ready.
We can run out a pair of Leapers.
Engage.
Leaving ourselves with a reasonable amount of power on board. He's probably going to kill this Warper with his Taskmaster, unless he's got Whirlwind. Which I assume he does, but even so, we'll have 8 power left over after a Whirlwind. And right now, we're mostly just playing to keep him from getting anything too interesting started. Okay, revenge, sure.
The end is coming!
That's a very odd Doomsayer. I guess he just doesn't want me to play more dudes. But we don't mind just giving the turn back, and next turn we drop a Shredder. Odds are he's not doing what I thought he was. I was expecting to see some patrons sometime soon. So, on this kind of board state, the most important thing is to make sure we shot absolutely every turn while making him deal with our board. Don't let him beat us down and get in a steady shot every single turn, so that any incidental damage we can get in is part of what's going on. Granted, him armoring up is disgusting against us, but we do everything we can here. We're about to lose our Shredder. Worse, we're losing it to pure luck. Good news is, if he kills our Succubus, we have a quick shot.
Welcome to the grand tournament, champion.
Okay, we're dead. That is the correct answer. We are dead. We have no physical means to beat Tank Up. So, yeah. The game is nearly completely over. Because we have to have a mech on board and Gorilla Bot into something much bigger than anything that is in our deck to have anything resembling a chance at this point.
I can take the hit.
Correction, we don't have anything resembling a chance at this point. I'm vaguely terrified to run out of freezing trap at this point. It seems useless. So let's just freeze both of his dudes, ship the turn back, and keep accomplishing nothing. But maybe we draw into something that does a thing. We can be an optimist. We're not premature if we scoop here, but still. I want to see what happens. We could always hit a Gorilla Bot. Gorilla Bot could potentially give us something that does a thing. Except hitting Gorilla Bot would give us a chance in hell. And we can't have that. So... we're just going to drop a freezing trap so that he can re-shield Maiden. We can hope he does something completely stupid, but he won't. He's going to re-shield Maiden, but we don't care. Because the game is over. Oh, wow, I'm surprised. I feel like the shield Maiden was actually just better there. Okay, so we're taking 15 this turn. And next turn we die. Yeah, this is over. Okay, so there's currently no real activity on the stream, and I'm tilting a lot right now just because the procession of awkward matchups and awkward draws is getting a little impressive. So I'm going to end the stream for now. I might come back in a little while, but I'm not entirely sure. Got to get some laundry done anyways, so I will catch y'all later.